Imagine being one of Hollywood's brightest stars, only to have your darkest moments splashed across every tabloid in the country. Such was the fate of Hugh Grant in 1995, when the British actor, then at the peak of his career, was arrested in Los Angeles for lewd conduct with a prostitute named Divine Brown. The incident occurred just weeks before the release of his highly anticipated film 9 Months, and the scandal threatened to derail his burgeoning career. Grant's mugshot became an indelible image, and his contrite appearance on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, where he famously admitted, "I did a bad thing," became a defining moment of public atonement. Despite the humiliation and potential career suicide, Grant managed to navigate the fallout with surprising grace, ultimately emerging as a more relatable, albeit flawed, figure in the eyes of his fans. Imagine being at the peak of your career, only to have it come crashing down in a single moment of poor judgment. Such was the fate of Hugh Grant in 1995. The British heartthrob, fresh off the success of 4 Weddings and a Funeral, found himself embroiled in a scandal that gripped the tabloids. Grant was arrested in Los Angeles for engaging in a lewd act with a sex worker named Divine Brown, an incident that not only shocked his fans but also jeopardized his then status as Hollywood's charming leading man. The fallout was immediate and severe, but Grant's awkward, yet sincere apology on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno surprisingly salvaged his career, making it a textbook example of how to navigate public disgrace. Have you ever wondered how a single mishap could turn an acclaimed actor's career upside down? In 1995, Hugh Grant, the suave British actor adored for his charming roles in romantic comedies, faced a scandal that rocked Hollywood and shocked his fans worldwide. Just weeks before the release of his highly anticipated film, 9 Months, Grant was arrested in Los Angeles after being caught in a compromising situation with a sex worker named Divine Brown. The incident led to a media frenzy, with tabloids splashing the scandal across their front pages and late-night hosts making him the butt of their jokes. Despite the potential career-ending humiliation, Grant chose to face the music head-on, publicly apologizing on national television. In an ironic twist, the scandal ultimately humanized him, allowing him to regain public sympathy and continue his successful career, albeit with a newfound humility. What if I told you that in the late 1990s, one of Hollywood's brightest stars, Hugh Grant, found himself entangled in a scandal so shocking it threatened to eclipse his career? Picture this: the charming British actor, fresh off the success of 4 Weddings and a Funeral, was arrested in 1995 for lewd conduct with a sex worker named Divine Brown on Sunset Boulevard. As the media frenzy erupted and his clean-cut image crumbled, the world watched in disbelief. Grant's candid and remorseful public apology on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno not only salvaged his career but also became a defining moment in celebrity scandal history, showcasing the precarious balance between fame and personal fallibility. Imagine being one of the most influential musicians of the 20th century, only to find yourself in an embarrassing, career-shaking scandal. This was the reality for the legendary James Brown in 1988 when he led police on a 2-state car chase that ended in a dramatic arrest. It all began with a bizarre incident where Brown, allegedly high on drugs, stormed into an insurance seminar with a shotgun, claiming that people were using his private restroom. The confrontation led to a high-speed pursuit across Georgia and South Carolina, with Brown eventually being apprehended after police shot out his tires. The Godfather of Soul was sentenced to 6 years in prison, forever marking a dark chapter in the life of the iconic performer. This scandal not only shocked his fans but also underscored the tumultuous and often chaotic life that lurked behind the dazzling stage persona. Have you ever wondered how far a rock star's antics can go? Imagine the shock in 1982 when Ozzy Osbourne, known for his outrageous behavior, took things to an unthinkable level. Picture him, not in his usual gothic attire, but astonishingly in his wife Sharon's dress, wandering the streets of San Antonio. In a moment that would go down in infamy, Ozzy found himself urinating on the Alamo cenotaph, a sacred monument honoring the Texas Revolution. This act of defiance wasn't just a drunken escapade, it led to his arrest and a decade-long ban from performing in the city. The incident remains one of the most bizarre and controversial episodes in rock history, forever etching Ozzy's name into the annals of rock and roll mischief. Have you ever wondered what happens when a seemingly perfect Hollywood image shatters in an instant? In 2014, during the Cannes Film Festival, acclaimed actor and director Quentin Tarantino found himself in a cringe-worthy predicament. Known for his sharp wit and cinematic genius, Tarantino was being interviewed on live television when he inexplicably began to imitate a French accent. What started as a playful jest quickly descended into an awkward and uncomfortable spectacle, as the interviewer and audience watched in stunned silence. The misjudged attempt at humor not only baffled viewers but also led to a wave of backlash, tarnishing his otherwise stellar reputation. This uncharacteristic lapse in judgment served as a stark reminder that even the most revered figures in Hollywood are not immune to moments of deeply embarrassing indiscretion.
Have you ever wondered what it takes to fall from grace in Hollywood? Picture this. revered star of Beetlejuice and Edward Scissorhands, found herself in handcuffs, not for a role, but for shoplifting. The world gawked as Ryder was accused of stealing over $5,000 worth of designer clothes and accessories from Saks Fifth Avenue in Beverly Hills. The trial was a media circus, exposing Ryder's struggles with anxiety and prescription drug use. Despite her tearful defense, she was convicted of grand theft and vandalism, receiving probation and community service. Her career took a nosedive, and the incident became a cautionary tale of how quickly Hollywood can turn its back on its darlings. Yet, Ryder's resilience eventually led to a remarkable comeback, proving that even the darkest chapters